Hello students, let's continue with our lesson today, Nelson Mandela, A Long Walk to Freedom. We had seen that how Nelson Mandela, after a long struggle, they were able to form today a non-racial government on the African soil, and different international guests had assembled there and they took the oath. Nelson Mandela had been the first president, African black president on the South African soil. We had in our previous video seen the speech. Now let's continue further. A few moments later, we all lifted our eyes in awe as a spectacular array of South African jets, helicopter and troop carriers roared in perfect formation of the Union buildings. So, when Nelson Mandela took the oath as the president, and afterwards when he finishes the speech, a few moments later when they lift their eyes in the sky and they saw a spectacular array, an impressive display, of South African jets and helicopters and troop carriers rolled in perfect formation over the Union building. So jets, helicopters and all, they started flying over the Union building. It was not only a display of pinpoint precision, they were not just displaying the exact accuracy of military force, but a demonstration of the military's loyalty to freely and fairly elected government. So they were showing the military's loyalty to the democracy, a new government which was elected freely and fairly. Only moments before, the highest generals of the South African Defence Force and Police, so some moments before only, the generals and generals of the Defence Force and the police, their chest bedecked, covered with ribbons and medal from days gone by, saluted me and pledged their loyalty. So all the officials, the generals, they saluted and pledged before the President Nelson Mandela. I was not unmindful of the fact that so many years before they would not have saluted but arrested me. So here he was really not conscious, that few years before these generals only arrested me, and today they are saluting me and pledged their loyalty. Finally, a chevron of impala means a pattern in the shape of V. Jets left a smoke trail of the black, red, green, blue and gold of the new South African flag. And then they see a V-shaped formation of different colors of the South African flag, that is black, red, green, blue and gold in the sky. The day was symbolized for me by the playing of our two national anthems and the vision of white singing and Nkosi Sikelel' iAfrika and black singing Die Stem. So that day it was symbolized by playing of their two national anthems, and the white singing Die Stem, the old anthem of the republic, the old anthem of their nation. Although that day neither group knew the lyrics of the anthem, so on that day no one knew the lyric of the anthem, which once they used to despise, once they used to hate, but by time they will even learn this by heart. On the day of the inauguration, I was overwhelmed with the sense of history. And on the day of inauguration of non-racial government, Nelson Mandela really was very happy with the sense of their history. In the first decade of the 20th century, he remembers in our first decade, of 20th century, a few years after the bitter Anglo-Boer War and before my own birth, the white-skinned people of South Africa patched up their differences and erected a system of racial domination against the dark-skinned people of their own land. So it was only in the first decade of the 20th century, that these people, the white skinned people, they patched up, okay, and they patched up and they constructed a racial government, okay, and they erected a system of racial domination against the dark skinned people of their own land. The structure they created formed the basis of one of the harshest, most unpleasant, most inhuman, that is unkind societies the world has ever known. And these people had created such a structure which was really very harshest and inhuman society which was really on this world. Now in the last decade of the 20th century, and today in the last decade of this 20th century, and my own 8th decade as a man, and when he was really 80 years, okay, 8th decade of him, that system had been overturned forever and replaced by one that recognized the rights and freedom of all people regardless of the color and their skin. And now today they have replaced that system of racial domination by the system in which they have rights and freedom to all the people regardless of whichever color they are. That day had come about through the unimaginable sacrifices of thousands of my people. So here even Nelson Mandela, he gives the credit of their freedom to the people who have sacrificed their life before. People whose suffering and courage can never be counted or repaid. Okay, the people, their sufferings and courage which can never be counted or repaid. I felt that day, as I have on so many other days, that I was simply the sum of all those African patriots who had gone before me. So that day and before many days, he used to feel that I am just the sum. Okay, I am the total of the different African patriots who had already sacrificed their life for the people of South Africa. That long and noble line ended and now began again with me. So that noble line, it had ended and now it has begun with me. I was pained that I was not able to thank them and that they were not able to see what their sacrifices had wrought. Wrought means brought. So Nelson Mandela, he was really feeling very unhappy that today I am not able to thank them and they are not able to see that their sacrifices have brought really success for them and they have won their nation back. The policy of apartheid, okay, created a deep and lasting wound in my country and my people. So their policy of apartheid, okay, that had created a really deep wounds in their people. All of us will spend many years, if not generations, recovering from that profound hurt. So he says that it will take really years and generations to come out of that hurt which they have got deep hurt. But the decades of oppression and brutality had another unintended effect, and that was that it produced the Oliver Tambos, the Walter Sizzlers, the Chief Lutlys, the Yusuf Dadus, the Bram Fischers, the Robert Sobukwas of our time. So he says that because of the oppression and brutality of the white people, it had created many, the Oliver Tambos, the Walter Sizzlers, the Chief Lutlys, the Yusuf Dadus, the Bram Fischers and the Robert Sobukwas of our time. Men of such extraordinary courage, wisdom and generosity that their like may never be known again. So these were the people who had lot of courage, wisdom and generosity, and this type of people will never be known again on this land. Perhaps it requires such depth of operation to create such heights of character. So to create this type of extraordinary people, it really requires such a depth of operation, cruelty, which creates such a height of character. My country is rich in minerals and gems that lie beneath its soil, but I have always known that its greatest wealth is its people, finer and truer than the purest diamonds. So Nelson Mandela says that his land is covered with different minerals and diamonds, but he says that my people, they are the really finer and truer and more purer than the diamonds. It is from these comrades in the struggle, okay, associate, comrades means associates, in the struggle that I learned the meaning of courage. So through these people, through these people, he was able to learn what was the meaning of courage. Time and again, I have seen men and women risk and give their lives for an idea. So time and again, he has seen many men and women who had risked their life and gave their lives for an idea. I have seen men stand up to attacks and torture without breaking. So he has seen men who have stand up, who have tolerated the different attacks and torture on them, showing a strength and resilience that defies the imagination. So they have showed their strength and resilience. Resilience means the ability to deal with any kind of hardship, problems. And those imaginations which were defied, which were disobeyed. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. So Nelson Mandela learned that courage was not only absence of fear, but it was the triumph over it, the victory over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. So we call the brave man not the one who doesn't feel afraid, but the brave is the one who defeats, who conquers that fear, who wins over that fear. That is the brave man. No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin or his background or his religion. So whenever we are born, we never know. We are not born hating people because of the color of their skin, background or religion. Whenever we are born, we don't know which religion we are and which color we are and from which background we come. People must learn to hate. So they are taught how to hate. And if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love. For love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite. So if people are learned how to hate, then they even can be taught how to love. Because love can be taught more naturally because it comes from the human heart. And it is learned more naturally than its opposite, that is than its hate. Even in the grimmest times in prison, grimmest means very hard time, darkest time in prison, when my comrades and I were pushed into our limits. So when he and his friends, comrades, when they were pushed to our limits, I would see a glimmer of humanity in one of the guards. So whenever they were put into the prison, Nelson Mandela would always find a little bit of humanity in one of the guards, perhaps just for a second, but it was enough to reassure me and keep me going. So sometimes he used to find a little bit of humanity in one of the guards. Perhaps it may be just for a second, but seeing that humanity, he always built himself another confidence, courage that really I can keep on going. There is humanity in this world. Man's goodness is a flame that can be hidden but never extinguished. So there is always goodness in man. It can be hidden like a flame, but this flame never gets extinguished. It cannot be extinguished forever. There is a goodness lying in each and every man. Only the thing is that we need a person to relight it. That's it. So now understand till here. Go through this video very well. Further part we will see in our next video.